3, 2, 1.
I've started filming this. Hey guys, Jon Brownell here, and I am with Jordan Smart. We actually grew up in the same town together, and he has a very inspirational story like myself.
I'm from a small town in western New York called Oakfield.
How
It's
many
a
people?
very small town, population
many?
of 1,500.
5,000 cows.
5,000 cows.
Don't forget those cows.
The guys I regularly hung out with were the guys that were regularly in the papers, and not for sports. I'm talking about for doing bad things. And that's the path I chose. That's the way I grew up. It's what I decided to do. My whole life revolved around drugs. That's basically it.
Plus, where we're from, it's like that's all we know. We don't really have much hope outside of a small town, and so it's like, okay, let's get drunk and do drugs because that's what everybody does, and that's what we're taught. Everybody is a product of their environment, but you don't have to turn out like everybody else in your environment. Remember that. Quote me, Jon Brownell. I just made that up. What was the first drug you did?
I smoked pot probably.
How old?
Early teens. Yeah.
Really? Okay. What was the next drug you did?
Next drug I did. I started drinking heavy.
How old?
I'm talking about like blackouts.
13, 14?
Probably 15 when I started blacking out consistently. From there it was pill popping,
Vicodin and
Vicodin, and then Molly, ecstasy, moved on to heroin and benzodiazepines, anything that made things go slow. I was into downers. So
I don't know much about drugs, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
so
a benzo is a downer. It's a depressant. It relaxes you.
So like a muscle relaxer kind of?
Kind of a whole body relaxer and a mind relaxer.
Okay.
Basically, it'll slow everything down. Your heart rate, all your organs will function at a slower rate, and I use that to increase the effects of alcohol and heroin. It wasn't like something I really enjoyed doing by itself. It was just like, to get where I wanted to go, I needed a little help. So I'm naturally high strung. Like my brain doesn't really get a chance to rest, so I would use chemicals to give me that kind of peace that I don't get normally.
Okay. And now those chemicals is fitness.
Absolutely.
Because the high that he chases is that pump.
Gains.
How addicted were you? Like,
my entire life revolved around getting and using and finding the ways and means to get and use more. So, it was every day. It's all I thought about all day.
And you just wanted that next high.
Yeah, I didn't have energy for anything else. That's all I
thought about.
All I cared about. That's all I thought about.
That's probably where like all your money went to as well.
Absolutely. I wanted drugs as bad as I wanted to breathe.
Wait, you know what? I'm just gonna tell the story. So everyone that I grew up with is basically a drug addict, doing nothing with their lives, or they're doing exactly what they were doing like 5 years ago. You know what I mean? It's always, they're not progressing. So I guess what I'm asking you is like, what are your friends doing now that you used to hang out with?
My friends?
Yeah.
I stay in contact regularly with like all the people that I used to use with and people from the area that used, and it's absolutely amazing how many of them have gotten off the shit.
Yeah.
Changed since I changed.
Because the thing is, you probably inspired them, and you don't even know that. Like, they probably are looking at you, and they're like, okay, if he can do it, I can do it. And they probably didn't even tell you that, but that's probably what they're
it's crazy.
Thinking.
It's really crazy. I separated myself from them right away when I decided it was time to change. I pretty much just left everybody.
Yeah.
Just bye. I'll talk to you sometime in the future. Maybe we'll run into each other.
You gotta work on yourself and just cut off the negative.
Right. And
energies and stuff
slowly, I watched them change themselves, and it's insane the number of people that I used to run with that are actively making something better of their lives right now. I stay in the community. I'm connected with programs that help people get back on their feet and get their shit together. And I work with other addicts who've gone through similar struggles, and it's cool. I see a lot of people changing, but then there's still the ones out there that are dying left and right, and that aren't going anywhere. They're all either dead or in jail, or doing something different now.
We're from a little area, you know what I'm saying? Like, not many people work out here. I was always a douchebag because I worked out and because I cared about my physical health, and you know, it just made me feel good. So whatever. So I always isolated myself. And then I'm at the gym. You know, I'm pretty much usually like the top dog. Like, I stick out like a sore thumb here because everyone's bulking because it's so cold here. No one knows. Not many people know what aesthetics are.
Right.
So like
right.
all we're taught out here is eat a lot of food and lift heavy and just like look buff through a shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like,
everybody want to be swole.
yeah, everybody. It's just different than like a warm place where you have to take your shirt off and you know you have abs and you just have an aesthetic look. So I'm at the gym. What is it? It's probably like at 11 o'clock, right? I'm just getting my workout in. There's like nobody here. I'm in the zone, just doing some curls or doing something, and then this like dude just like pops in. This dude got some nice shoulders. I'm like, who the fuck is this? I'm like, who is this guy? So I'm like working out, but I usually just like keep to myself. Like, stuff around me doesn't distract me. But we're in a little gym, and this dude's got some nice shoulders, and I'm just like eyeing him up, kind of like, who is this? I've never seen this dude before. And then, all right, I'm just like trying to get my workout in and finishing up my workout, and all of a sudden, I'm like leaving, and I hear, John. I have my headphones on, right? Did I have my headphones on?
You probably did.
I did. I thought I heard John.
I think I had to say it twice.
He said it a couple times, and I like turn around, I'm like, hey man, what's up? He's like, oh man, how you been? I haven't seen you. It's been so long. And I'm just like, hey man, who are you? You know what I'm saying? Who are you? Like,
Basically.
I mean, you definitely seem like a nice dude, but like, how do I know you? You know?
Right.
Then he says who he is, and I'm just like, what? You mean little, skinny, tiny Jordan Smart? And then I'm like,
At
what?
one point, you were a little teeny sky.
Oh yeah, dude, I was a little teeny tiny forever. And then I'm just like, what the? I was like, what did you do? Because this dude did not look like this. This dude like busted his ass for what, probably 2-3 years?
Year and a half.
Ooh, he was serious. But yo, like, man, last time I seen him, he was probably this big and this big around. Because I hadn't seen you in what, like, I probably didn't see you for like 5 years.
Right.
So you
since
probably
high school.
Yeah. So, I mean, because the thing is, I didn't even know he was into drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like, you were like a couple like grades below me, and like, I never, like, I just always knew him as this quiet, or this shy, quiet, innocent, you know, just good kid that bothered nobody and just kept to himself.
Right. I was always kind of low key.
Yeah, just like he's just like that guy. Like, oh yeah, that's Jordan.
Try not to stand out.
Exactly. And then all of a sudden, I see this dude, and like, now he's like competition and stuff. I'm like, this dude's got nicer shoulders than me. And then he's all like buffed up and stuff. So, you know, we linked up and, you know, we kill workouts together and stuff. And then when he told me, like, tell him what you told me, how I...
Oh man, this guy inspired me. I mean, I followed him ever since he left here and went to New York. I mean, I would follow him while I was still using, and I was like, wow, this guy, you know, he comes from the same small town as me, and he made it out. You know, he's out there achieving success in this field that, you know, I'm interested in. You know, it's something I enjoy doing. So then when I got clean, and I finally had, you know, a little bit of peace of mind and some clarity, I was like, you know what? I mean, why not give it a shot?
So yeah, like when he like told me, you know, I was like a big inspiration for him, and I motivated him to get this, you know, like that's why I do what I do, and it's just like that really touched me. And I was like, how can I help this guy? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then, you know, we worked out, just did a couple workouts and stuff.
I tried to keep up.
He gets some added tips from me. He gives me some of his shoulder tips because these things are like boulders. And then he's just a good person, and you know, he's on that come up, and just trying to break into the fitness industry and just trying to live a better life. you know, a lot of people like draw all this inspiration from me and get motivated by me, but it's like it's stuff like this. That's why I really do it. Like when this dude tells me that I inspired him or I motivated him to live a better life, it's like that's why I do what I do. And now hopefully his story, because here's the thing, like myself, I didn't want to tell my story at first because it's like I'm embarrassed of that. You know what I'm saying? Like I you know, suffered through anxiety, depression, contemplated suicide stuff, and this dude was a drug addict. You know what I'm saying? Like people ain't proud of that stuff. So it's like
talk about the struggle.
Exactly. Like people just like to just like no, you know, that never happened. Just like cut that part out. But it's like, you know what? If he can be a scrawny little ex-drug addict and then create this dude, like why can't you do that? You know what I'm saying? Like I was trying to kill myself like what, 3 years ago.
Right.
Suffered from anxiety, depression after the death of my best friend. You know, I was fat at that time, and it's like
19 months ago, I was in full-blown addiction. I mean,
exactly
I was knocking on death's door.
Exactly, and it's like, look what he did. Take the shirt off. This is what the people want to see, because the body does nothing in the shirt. The body doesn't do it justice.
Gotta give the people what they want.
Give them what they want, dude. Look at this. Flex on them.
Flex on them.
Hit a double by. Dude, show him the back, dude. You're looking ripped. Double by it. Ooh, this boy is ripped. Damn. It's like people will look at me and like, oh, you've been in shape your whole life. No, dude. I was this big around forever, and then I was fat, and then I got here.
Not
It's
even
like,
2 years ago, I was like sickly, like gross
Scrawny.
looking. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
Malnourished.
Dude, how many siblings do you have?
I have 5 little sisters. 2 of them are blood through my mom, and 3 are adopted.
But
And
they're
then
basically you grew up
they're
with them.
family. Yeah.
So you grew
On
up
my
with them
dad's
since they were
side.
little?
On my dad's side, I have a brother.
Okay.
But yeah, they're all a lot younger than me. I'm the oldest sibling, so
Now, are they into drugs?
they're
Were
not. They're not.
You're
Thank
the
God.
oldest?
Yeah. My brother was briefly, but my brother's, you know, he's doing good things now.
So you're kind of like, do they? I guess I want to say like, do they look up to you, or are you like
They
their hero
do.
now?
They do. That motivates me to really stay on the right track.
Yeah.
And yeah, to keep making progress.
Because I assume that they knew that you were addicted to
Right.
drugs
Right.
and all that?
They've seen me
At
you
your
know,
lowest
at my
point in
worst,
life. Okay.
And I don't want them to take that as the example of, you know, who their older brother is.
Exactly.
And who they should aspire to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you gotta lead by example for
Exactly.
them.
You know, I could do all the wrong shit and tell them.
Yeah.
What, you know what the right thing to do is, but that's not gonna get you anywhere.
Exactly. Like that's like a key point right there. It's like why I do so much of my stuff and why I share so many of my stories. It's like, and I'm sure it's the same for you now. It's like I made all these mistakes in my past, and I'm trying to teach people what not to do. So it's like learn from my mistakes so you don't have to go down that path and waste X amount of time in your
Right.
life on going down the wrong path or doing the wrong thing when you could just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and
it's like
so important to share your story and the negative parts of it as well as
Yeah.
the positive, because I mean that's how people are gonna relate to you.
And it's even like fitness, for example.
Right.
Like say this is how I do my curl or whatever, as opposed to like or no, you know what? Let's just do it this way. It's like shrugs. Like when I was growing up, this is what I was taught: roll your shoulders, roll your shoulders.
Oh, yeah.
So I would always do that. You know what I'm saying? But once I actually learned how to lift properly and all that, it's just shrugs. So all those years in high school football and stuff, I was doing it wrong.
You didn't know.
But now I can tell someone. I actually did this at a gym recently. It was like some young kid working out, and it's like that's not how you should do it. You should do it like this. Not that I'm trying to be coach or anything, but it's like now that kid doesn't have to do it for X amount of years like myself, and he can make the gains.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And not risk the injury. It's just you guys get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying, right?
You gotta be able to relate. You know?
Exactly.
If you tell somebody, you know, that you've made the same mistake, it's a lot easier for them to listen to you than if you're just like, here, this is how you should do it, you know?
Yeah.
Follow me, listen to me.
Exactly. Lead by example, practice what you preach. So I guess what it comes down to is what is next for Jordan? Like, what do you want to do now with your life? What are some of your goals and dreams?
Some of my goals.
Yeah.
Well, I'm competing this Friday. I'd like to win there, and then kind of reevaluate everything, and from there I'll make a decision on whether or not I want to compete further at a higher level, and get into this even more,
Yeah.
or whether to, slow it down a little bit and put focus on other things. Like,
Actually, that's pretty interesting that you say that, because that's kind of how I got started. I did my first. You're kind of just doing it just to meet some people, huh?
right.
That's exactly what I did. You
just
just might win.
Test the waters and see what's up.
You're probably gonna. I'm not gonna lie. He's probably gonna win. He doesn't know this yet.
I don't know, but if I don't, then kudos to the guy who does win.
Yeah.
Because
But you're not expecting to
I
win.
busted my ass.
Am I right?
I'm not expecting to win.
There you go.
I
I know
just-
when I did it, I was not even expecting to place. I didn't even know how it worked.
Right. That doesn't matter.
Exactly, because you just want to meet
until
people.
you're there, it doesn't matter.
You just
know?
want to meet people that are like us. Because where we're from, there's not a lot of people like this, dude.
Absolutely, it's hard.
Not
a whole lot of
people hate us just because we care about.
Right. And
You
we
know
get
what I
made
mean?
fun of. It's tough out
Exactly.
here for us little skinny, lean guys.
Yep. No, not so much anymore. We don't really get made fun of anymore. But like on the coming up, and getting to where you were, people would just talk shit like, "Oh, you work out. Oh,
I would hide in the corner.
you're a douchebag."
Curl my little weights.
Yeah, dude. And it's like,
Wait for everybody to clear out of the gym before I hit the bench.
first they will laugh, then they will copy. Quote that. You like that, huh?
It's true. It's true.
It is. All right, guys, that concludes my interview with Jordan Smart. I will attach where you can find him, his social medias. And hit the links. This will be YouTube, this will be Facebook, or wherever. So, yeah, man, I love the interview.
It was good.
Good, man. All right, see you guys.